I'm 80. You know, at my age, you learn a thing or two about life. One thing I've noticed, us older folks who enjoy our alone time, we've got some pretty special qualities. So, grab a seat and let me share what I've learned over the years. It might just change the way you think about us loners. 1. We know ourselves inside out. Let me tell you, knowing yourself is a gift. It takes time, but it's worth it. I've spent years looking in the mirror, not just at my wrinkles, but at who I am inside. It's like peeling an onion, layer by layer. Sometimes it made me cry, but mostly it made me stronger. I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, and you know what? I'm okay with both. This self-knowledge gives me peace. I don't need others to tell me who I am. I already know. It's liberating, really. When you know yourself, you stop trying to be someone else. You just be you, and that's more than enough. You see, this self-awareness, it's like a compass. It guides me through life's storms, helps me make decisions that align with my values. It's the foundation of everything else. And let me tell you, it's not always easy. Sometimes you discover things about yourself you'd rather not know. But facing those truths, that's where real growth happens. Take my love for gardening, for instance. I always thought I had a green thumb. Turns out, I'm better at killing plants than growing them. But you know what? Accepting that led me to discover my real passion, rock gardens. Now I've got the best collection of succulents in the neighborhood. All because I was honest with myself about my abilities. 2. We stand on our own 2 feet. Independence? That's our middle name. I've learned to rely on myself. Need something fixed? I'll figure it out. Have a problem? I'll solve it. It's not that I don't appreciate help. I do. But I don't wait for it. I make my own decisions. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but they're always mine. This independence gives me strength. It makes me resilient. Life throws curveballs, but I'm ready to swing. And let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the satisfaction of doing things on your own. You know, this independence, it's not just about physical tasks. It's about emotional independence, too. I've learned to comfort myself, to motivate myself, to be my own best friend. Don't get me wrong, it's not about isolating yourself. It's about knowing you can handle things if you need to. It's a safety net that gives you the courage to take risks. I remember when my wife passed away. It was the hardest time of my life. But because I had cultivated this independence, I was able to keep going. I learned to cook for myself, to manage the household, to find joy in small things. It wasn't easy, but I did it. And that knowledge, it's empowering. 3. We've got creativity coming out of our ears. When I'm alone, my mind wanders, and boy, does it find interesting places. I write stories. I paint landscapes. I even tried my hand at poetry once. Let's just say I'm a better painter than a poet. Creativity keeps me young. It keeps my mind sharp and my spirit bright. There's something magical about creating something from nothing. It's like playing God in a small way. And the best part, There's no one around to judge, just me and my imagination dancing together. You know, creativity isn't just about art. It's about finding new solutions to old problems. It's about seeing the world in a different way. Sometimes I surprise myself with what I come up with. That's the beauty of spending time alone. Your mind has the space to make connections it never would in the hustle and bustle of company. Last winter, during a particularly cold spell, my heater broke down. Instead of calling for help right away, I got creative. I remembered an old trick my grandfather taught me about using terracotta pots and tea lights to create a mini space heater. It worked like a charm, kept me warm until the repairman could come. That's the kind of out-of-the-box thinking Solitude nurtures. 4. Our inner world is a universe. You know what's fascinating? The space between these old ears of mine. I've got a rich inner life. It's like a library, a museum, and a playground all rolled into one. I ponder big questions. I relive fond memories. I imagine fantastic scenarios. This inner world keeps me company. It challenges me. It comforts me. It's a source of endless fascination. There's always something new to discover, right here in my own mind. And when I do talk to others, I've got plenty to share. My inner world enriches my outer one. This inner world, it's not an escape from reality. It's a tool to understand reality better. It's where I process my experiences, where I rehearse future conversations, where I find meaning in the chaos of life. Sometimes I spend hours just exploring my thoughts. It's like going on an adventure without ever leaving my armchair. And let me tell you, it's never boring in here. Just the other day, I found myself pondering the nature of time, how it seems to speed up as we get older. That led me to memories of my childhood, long summer days that seemed to last forever. Then I was imagining a world where we could control time, slow it down or speed it up at will. Before I knew it, I had the plot for a new sci-fi story. All that from a single afternoon of quiet contemplation. 5. We bounce back like rubber balls. Life's not always easy, but we oldies who like our solitude, we're tough cookies. I've faced my share of hardships, lost loved ones, dealt with illness, weathered disappointments. But here's the thing. I've learned to process these emotions on my own. I sit with my feelings. I acknowledge them. I work through them. This solitary emotional work has made me resilient. I bend, but I don't break. And each time I bounce back, I come back stronger, more prepared for whatever comes next. You see, resilience isn't about avoiding pain. It's about knowing you can handle it. It's about having faith in your ability to overcome. When you spend time alone, you learn to be your own support system. You learn to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. It's a powerful skill, one that serves you well throughout life. I remember when I lost my job at 55. It was devastating, but instead of letting it defeat me, I used my alone time to reflect, to reassess, to reinvent myself. I started a small consulting business, sharing the wisdom I'd gained over the years. It turned out to be the best career move I ever made. That's resilience in action. 6. We find joy in the little things. Contentment is our superpower. Gratitude is our secret weapon. I find joy in the simplest things. A cup of tea on a rainy day, the first bloom in my garden, the smell of a good book. These small pleasures fill me with gratitude. They make each day a gift to unwrap. I don't need grand gestures or expensive thrills. The world is full of wonder if you know where to look. This appreciation makes me rich in ways money can't buy. It brings a smile to my face and peace to my heart. And the best part, these joys are always there, waiting to be noticed. You know, this ability to find joy in little things, it's not just about being happy. It's about resilience. When you can find beauty in a raindrop or excitement in a new recipe, you've always got something to look forward to. It's about perspective, too. When you appreciate the little things, the big things don't seem so overwhelming. It's a balancing act, and spending time alone helps you master it. Just this morning, I watched a spider spin its web outside my window. The intricacy, the patience, the artistry of it all. It was breathtaking. For those few minutes, I forgot about my arthritis, about the bills I needed to pay, about the state of the world. I was just there, present, filled with wonder. That's the power of appreciating the little things. 7. We've got hearts as big as houses. You might think solitude makes us cold. You couldn't be more wrong. All that time alone, it's given me space to reflect, to understand, to empathize. I've walked a mile in my own shoes. I've imagined miles in others. This has filled me with compassion for myself, for others, for the world. I'm a good listener because I understand the value of being heard. I offer kindness because I know how far it can go. My solitude hasn't isolated me. It's connected me to humanity in a deeper way. You see, when you spend time alone, you have the chance to really think about others, to consider their perspectives, their struggles, their joys. This empathy, it's not just about feeling for others, it's about understanding them. And when you understand, you can connect on a deeper level. It's paradoxical, really. Solitude has made me better at relating to others. There's a young couple next door. They're always rushing, always stressed. Instead of judging them, I understand. I remember those days. So I bake them cookies sometimes, or offer to water their plants. Small gestures, but they mean a lot. That's empathy in action, born from the reflection that solitude allows. 8. We know where to draw the line. Boundaries. They're not walls, they're bridges to better relationships. I've learned to say no, to protect my time, to honor my needs. It's not selfish, it's necessary. It's how I stay true to myself and fair to others. I don't overcommit. I don't let others overstep. I keep my balance. These boundaries keep me healthy. They keep my relationships healthy too. And you know what? People respect it. They appreciate knowing where they stand with me. Setting boundaries, it's an art. It takes practice, and spending time alone gives you the space to figure out what your boundaries are. It's about self-respect, really. When you value your own time and energy, others learn to value it too. It's not about pushing people away. It's about inviting them into your life on terms that work for everyone. I used to say yes to every invitation, every request for help. I thought it made me a good friend, a good neighbor. but it left me exhausted and resentful. Now I'm clear about what I can and can't do. If I need my alone time, I say so. If I can't babysit on short notice, I say so. And you know what? My relationships are stronger for it. People know they can count on me when I say yes because they know I mean it. 9. We cherish our connections. Just because we like being alone doesn't mean we don't value others. In fact, I'd say we appreciate our relationships more because of our solitude. I have a small circle of friends, but each friendship is deep, meaningful, cherished. When I spend time with others, I'm fully present. I give them my undivided attention. My alone time recharges me. It makes me a better friend, a better listener, a better person. I don't need constant company, but the company I keep, it's golden. You see, solitude teaches you the value of true connection. When you're comfortable being alone, you don't seek out others just to fill a void. You connect because you genuinely want to. And let me tell you, that makes for some beautiful relationships. Deep, authentic, nurturing, quality over quantity every time. Take my friend, Bill. We've known each other for 50 years. We might go weeks without talking, but when we do get together, it's like no time has passed. We can talk about anything and everything. That's the kind of friendship that solitude nurtures. It's not about constant contact. It's about genuine connection. So there you have it. 9 qualities that make us solitude-loving older folks pretty special, if I do say so myself. We're self-aware, independent, creative souls with rich inner lives. We're resilient, grateful, and compassionate. We set healthy boundaries and cherish our connections. These qualities didn't come overnight. They're the result of years of living, learning, and yes, spending time alone. So the next time you see an older person enjoying their own company, remember, there's a lot going on behind that peaceful exterior. We're not just sitting around. We're living, growing, creating, and appreciating life in our own unique way. And let me tell you, it's a pretty wonderful way to grow old. You know, embracing solitude. It's not always easy in a world that often equates being alone with being lonely. But there's a world of difference between the two. Loneliness is painful. Solitude is nourishing. Loneliness is about lack. Solitude is about fulfillment. Learning to enjoy your own company, it's one of life's great lessons. And us older folks who figured it out, we're reaping the benefits every day. So if you're young and reading this, don't wait. Start cultivating these qualities now. Learn to enjoy your own company. Develop your inner world. Practice resilience and gratitude. And if you're older like me, and you recognize yourself in these words, well, give yourself a pat on the back. You've learned one of life's most valuable lessons. Remember, there's strength in solitude. There's growth in alone time. There's joy in self-discovery. So here's to us, the happy loners, the contented introverts, the solitude seekers. May we always find peace in our own company, and may we always have the wisdom to know the value of it. After all, at the end of the day, we're the ones we spend the most time with. Might as well enjoy the company, right? And you know what? This journey of self-discovery, of learning to appreciate solitude, it never really ends. Even at 80, I'm still learning, still growing, still finding new depths to plumb in the quiet moments. So whether you're 18 or 80, remember this: your relationship with yourself is the most important one you'll ever have. Nurture it, cherish it, and watch how it transforms every other aspect of your life. Here's to solitude, to self-discovery, and to the wisdom that comes with embracing both. May we all find the beauty in our own company and the strength in our solitude. And that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this peek into the world of solitude-loving seniors, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. We've got more fascinating topics coming up, so stay tuned. Remember, there's wisdom in solitude. See you next time.